Okay, so I'm gonna make this a little bit quick. Um, this is the University of California website showing tuition for residents and non-residents, and then it gives you a disclaimer basically about obtaining California state residency for tuition purposes is very difficult, or can be. So 4 years of out of state, you are basically buying a house. And then 4 years in state, you are buying half a house, depending on where in the country you live, and you are not guaranteed a job. We're on student loans, pop, 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 pop. Basically, just what you need to know is to just be aware that big education is not necessarily there for you, the college going student, but it is also there for the lenders that lend to college graduates, or it is for the lenders basically, not the scholarship scams. Just something to be aware of. How you find legitimate scholarships is you go to the sometimes just your on-campus scholarships or other private scholarships where you don't take out loans. Scholarships where you are given them like in a grant are some of the best ways to get a scholarship, because that's just basically money you don't have to pay back. California State University. If you live in California, California State Universities are actually very underrated. If I can pull up the calculator. Okay, so average tuition is $57.42 for undergrads. You'll be spending just under $23,000 for your bachelor's degree. Whereas if you went for a master's degree, you would pay $66.60 by 2. This is a very good value for your money. Compare this to UC tuition, University of California system. Now, let's say you're there for 4 years, that would be $138,000 for in-state residents, and for out-of-state residents, which I don't know why you'd go to UC for out-of-state, is $250,000. This is outright usury and insanity. Let's just see where this one takes you. Residency basically just means you get the in-state tuition. Residency requirements. Sure, this is standard in most other states as well. And if there are any other links. This is also very important to see when you go to school. There are grants and then there are loans. Grants are just money that you can take, and so are scholarships, and you should take advantage of that as much as you can. And pretty much the Parent Plus loans yeah, just make sure you watch out for what you're spending your money on. This is University of California. If you are in California, I strongly recommend, and money is an issue for you, that you go to a California State University system. And here are the campuses for California State University system. One of the better ones is San Luis Obispo. That is the highest ranked one. And basically, when you go to pick a school, just make sure that you look at the total cost of your education. This is another interesting one, because Cal State Maritime is just for boat captains. If you want to be a ship captain, then you go to California Maritime Academy. But just be careful where you go to school, because the tuition can kick your butt. Just to reiterate, this 34 grand a year or 250 grand versus a very, trying to find the page. Is it not on here anymore? Do I have to go back? Oh, there it is. Versus, do you want to pay 22 grand for 4 years? Or do you want to pay a lot more for just 1 year? So this is what you're looking at if you go there for 1 year versus for 4 years. You have 22,900. Which one would you rather have?